And now, You Are There with Jerry Stewart.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart. On November the 22nd, 1963, President John Kennedy was shot to death on the streets of Dallas, Texas. And for those of us alive then, that event was so tragic, so devastating. Ask anyone where they were, what they were doing at that moment they heard the news, and they can tell you exactly. All of the circumstances surrounding his assassination were strange and mysterious. But after he died, something else very strange and peculiar was discovered. In a moment, you will know because you are there. In November of 1963, not long after the assassination of President John Kennedy, there appeared in print a mysterious list of facts relating to his death. The origin and author of this list are to this day still unknown, but despite the mystery of its origin, the contents of this published list were so fascinating that the list took on a life of its own. But just what was this list all about? It was a simple comparison list of certain facts as related to the lives of President Kennedy and our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. And on its surface, the comparisons in the list were compelling. Was it possible that the similarities in these two men's lives could just be a coincidence? Or was there some eerie connection between these two men that could not be simply written off as chance or happenstance? Just what were the coincidences of these two presidents' lives which were so amazing? Here are the most popular 15 comparisons which have withstood the test of time and the numerous efforts to debunk the list since it was first listed. Number 1. Both presidents, Kennedy and Lincoln, were elected to the presidency in 60. Lincoln 1860, Kennedy 1960. Both presidents were elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 46. Once again, exactly 100 years apart. Both Lincoln and Kennedy were runners-up for the party's nomination for vice president in 56. After their assassinations, both of their presidential successors were Southern Democrats with the last name of Johnson, both born in 08. In their assassinations, both presidents were shot in the head. Both presidents were shot in the presence of their wives. Both presidents were shot on a Friday. Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater. Kennedy was shot in a car made by Ford, a Lincoln limousine. Both of the presidential assassins, Lee Harvey Oswald and John Wilkes Booth, were killed themselves before they could be put on trial for their crimes. And finally, the names John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald each have 15 letters and 3 words. Now, since this list was first published in 1963, it has grown to as many as 40 coincidences. And quite a number of these newly added coincidences are quite a stretch, and some are not true at all. So the real and pressing question of these coincidences is this: how did they happen? Why has it happened? When you have the answer to these two questions, let me know. Let us all know. Until then, let the facts stand or fall. I'm Jerry Stewart, and now you know, because you are there.